It's been a while since I've been back. I know. There was a couple things that's been going on, man. I haven't been in the right mental space. And I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah, you might laugh at me, so what? I didn't have my hair cut. I didn't have my hair cut. So for the past 2 weeks, my mental just has not been good. And I tried to thug it out till the end of November just to see if I could do it, just to see if I could pull off a Jay-Z, yo, I'm preparing for my next album, so I ain't gonna cut my hair type thing. But my morale started to dwindle. My brain speed started to slow down. My overall creativity dwindled. Now you might be thinking, yo, that's just so vain of you. Like that's just so childish of you. You ain't have a haircut, so you couldn't perform your duties at your best. Yes, that's exactly right. A wise man once said to know yourself, right? There's certain things that make you tick. There's certain things that put you in a lower vibration, a lower frequency. You don't perform at your best clip. You don't perform at your best. You're not shooting your best field goal percentages. You're not moving correctly. You clumsy. It's just not good. And as you grow older through time, you find these things voluntarily and involuntarily. Now the question is, are you going to take notes and take heed to the things that put you at your best versus the things that put you at your worst? Yes, it's all a mental thing. I probably could have survived till the end of November to get a measly haircut, right? Oh, and don't mind, I have this headpiece on, my head covering on because I have huge pimples growing on the front of my forehead, so and I'm vain about that. It is what it is. But throughout the week, I've been thinking about just money. I've been reading books. I've been reading this book called Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. I wish I read this book 2020. I wish I read the book at 2014. Whenever it came out, I wish I read it right when it came out. Because that book, the knowledge gained from the pages that my eyes have scanned from, could have saved me a lot of money. And then I came with this notion. I said, yo, the books that we don't read, the books that we skip, the books that we don't pay attention to, during the times that those books have been made, are experiences that the author has, especially if it's a self-help book. These are experiences that the author has to try to help the next person in the future, to save them from the very mistakes that they have made. And I have made some investing mistakes with people with relationship, with money. It's just investing. Not saying that I regret anything, because when you're wiser, that means you have learned from experience. But certain experiences could just be learned from a book. It's like you could be in the middle of making an investment decision, and you like, yo, you ain't made the decision yet. And you're like, yo, damn, should I make this decision? Then you read a book, and it's like, oh, this is the exact issue that I'm facing right now. It says do not invest because this may happen. Can and will happen. High probability of happening. I'm not gonna make this investment. You just saved me $10,000. Huh? You just saved me 10 grand. A book that I spent $35 on. But at the price that I bought it today or last week, whatever I bought it, $15. This could have saved me $10,000. So today, this is my ritual. After I go to the gym, I sit in the garage, open the garage, sit there with my cigar, CAO 660 flathead or the CAO steel horse. And I'll read a book, read about 10, 15 pages. And within those 10, 15 pages, I learned something very valuable. So today, within these 10 or 15 pages, since we on the money subject, Tony Robbins told me about the S&P 500 and how the S&P 500 outperforms companies that take your money and tell you that, yo, we're going to take your money and outperform the market. 94% of these guys do not outperform the market. You understand? So I'm like, all right. I mean, I know a little bit about stocks. I got some stock. I got some crypto. So I kind of know that. But the point of this thing was these people would try to sell you that they can do this and that for you. But it's better to know the game before you jump into the game, because you're going to know what you're preparing for. When you know the rules of the game, that's when it's the best time to play. In the rules of the game, if you don't know the rules, you will be taken advantage of, and people will take your money because you don't know the rules of the game, and they're not inclined to tell you the rules of the game. Period. Now, I've made investments that I didn't know much information on these investments. I've made investments where I did not know too much. I just knew the key points, the icing, the tasty parts of what the investment could be. Yo, we're gonna get you this much money in this amount of time. Don't worry. It's been 4 years, damn near 5. I ain't seen a dollar. And if you watching this, you know what I'm talking about. So I got some Bitcoin, right? Shout out to Bitcoin. And I put on my Twitter. Let me pull it up right now. I put it on my Twitter. I say, yo, because Bitcoin is beautiful. Like it's beautiful, bro. Where my tweet at? Hold on 1 second. So on this tweet, I say, Bitcoin has showed me that a digital asset that knows little bounds because it isn't imprisoned by gravity, such as gold and silver, will always be more valuable. Bitcoin made itself finite, which is a characteristic that makes gold and silver valuable. But the invaluability of Bitcoin is its digital flexibility, the ultimate hedge, right? So I'm watching interview with Michael Saylor before I hop on. I don't think I'm gonna play anything from it because I haven't really forked through it and timestamped these things. But Michael Saylor, he pretty much said exactly what I said, but with much more detail and much more analysis and just much more science behind what I said. And he knows way more about Bitcoin than me. He has more Bitcoin than me by the billions, and he just knows. But if I can apply that common sense with just a thought of me saying what I just said, right? Me saying what I just said, I didn't read from nothing. I didn't watch I didn't watch what he said before I tweeted this. I tweeted this at 11:12 a.m. at November 21st. Right now it's 4:35 p.m. and I'm just about to finish the Michael Saylor interview with the PBD podcast. And if you think about just Bitcoin, it's on your phone, it can be on a ledger, it's in the air, you can't see it, but you know it's there. Money, right? If you have cash at hand, this is tangible, it can rip. You rip it in half, it's no longer worth whatever it's worth unless you put it together in the right way to where the ATM machine can take it, somebody accepts it. So this $10 bill, even though you ripped it in half, if you put it together some way and people can accept this $10 bill for what it is, with tape on it, which is highly unlikely, then you have used $10. This Bitcoin, right? This Bitcoin isn't gold. Bitcoin can be sent in seconds, minutes, anywhere in the world that accepts Bitcoin. If you have gold on you, this gold, if you're going to give somebody gold, you have to transport this gold to the person that has bought the gold from you, right? How long does that take? Days, weeks? This is not something that can be traded in a fast speed, in a speed where makes sense, right? Bitcoin is the ultimate hedge because it's digital. The faster digital becomes, the faster the internet becomes, the more efficient Bitcoin transfer becomes, the more value it's gonna have. It's finite. So it took the thing that makes gold and silver valuable is because it's a finite amount. There's only so much you can get, right? Bitcoin is the same thing, but the genius behind Bitcoin said, okay, gold got this thing that makes it extremely valuable. Let's add that to the Bitcoin, but just make it digital. This thing is going to explode. Now, in 2008, I know I'm rambling a little bit. In 2008 is when Bitcoin was first introduced to the world. None of us thought it was going to be what it is right now. And right now, Bitcoin's price, let's look up Bitcoin's price. Bitcoin's price is at 97,000 right now, something like that. It's at $98,075.85. I remember around these times, 2008, 9, 10. You hear about Bitcoin. There's at $10, $100. You like, bro, what the hell is this? Right? I wasn't invested in stocks back then. I was in high school. I ain't know nothing about Bitcoin. I ain't know nothing about Robinhood. I ain't know nothing about Ledger. These things probably didn't even exist back then, right? I didn't know about TD or Ameritrade. This is from the knowledge that I did not know. If I was up to date on reading certain books, reading into the future, reading, being aware in certain communities about digital assets and currencies, maybe I could have been persuaded to buy Bitcoin at its price. My point is, you must read as much as you can, because you don't know what you are possibly missing out on in the very near future that could make you millions of dollars. Knowledge is the most powerful tool in the world. What you don't know can hurt you. What you don't know can cost you money. What you don't know, somebody else that does know will take advantage of you and take your money. All right. Now, back to the beginning of what this whole episode was about. It's about the things that make you perform at your best, right? When you got money, you perform at your best. When you had a good night's sleep, you perform at your best. When you why the hell did it when you are just at your best mentally, you look good, you had a haircut, everything's going right, you ate well, you didn't eat that thing that you're allergic to, you perform your best, you want to do things more productively, you might read now, you might make a podcast episode, you might talk to your mama in a respectable manner, you're not irritated, you're not irritable, you're more social. You need to take notes of these things. You need to take notes of these things that make you tick. And also, you gotta be open to information. Information out here. People don't read because reading requires time, sitting idle. You're not at your phone. You're not scrolling through social media. A book can tell you what I just told you before you gotta learn it the hard way. A book can stop you from making that investment when you could put this same money into something else that can make you a way bigger return in a much more higher rate in completion or in just getting that done. All right, you want to see a 20% return? All right, you can get that. You want to see an 80, 100% return? All right, if you do this, you can get that. When you're going off a whim, when you don't know the rules of the game, when you don't know yourself, when you're ignorant to things, it's not a good look and it's gonna harm you. When they say ignorance is bliss, no, it's not. When they say what you don't know can't hurt you, that's a lie. What you don't know can hurt you, CAN, and it can kill you. So before I leave, I know this is a short video because we're taking a turn from politics right now. We just talking about regular life. Read as much as you can. When you want that book that's sitting on that shelf is looking at you, it's like, yo, buy me. you're interested in this topic right now, buy me. And you don't buy it, you're gonna regret it in the future. Take 30 minutes to an hour of your time every day and read, bro. I'm out of here.